Okay, we're here with Lucretia and Holly to talk about Pablo. Lucretia, tell us about Pablo's story. How did he come into the rescue?
Okay, so Pablo came in. It was a really busy day when Pablo came. Pablo was the beginning of that day. I got a call from Miss Dora, which is the street feeder. She's a rescuer. She saved him from the street. She called that morning and said that she had gotten Pablo, I think, out of Bark like a few days, a week earlier, and she was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. She sent me a picture of him, and I was like, "Can you get him directly to our vets, and we'll have them assess him?" And so Pablo went straight to Dr. Molly from there, and it wasn't good. When I got the call from the vet tech, they said he smelled horrible. Like he just smelled like death, is the way they described it. Um, Pablo came in, and his whole mouth was infected. He had what they labeled something called stomastis. So like his mouth was infected. He had to get several teeth removed to kind of begin to clean out the infection. They did like a almost like a irrigation thing where they went in and cleaned out all the gums and all of that to give him a start. So we wasn't sure Pablo's where how this would go, because all I had known is cats that had this that normally don't have a good life. And so Pablo also got neutered that day, and he was so emaciated. He was probably like 7 pounds, I think, where normally his average size is probably like double that. So all you could see was like his bones. We had no idea like what this would turn out to be. So I pick him up from Dr. Molly and them, and he still smelled like infection. I didn't know what to do, but of course I reached out to Judy and them, and they created a plan for Pablo. And now Pablo is, oh, he's so yummy.
What do we know about his age?
So they estimated Pablo to be about 11 when he came in because of his condition. He was really frail, like an 18-year-old Shih Tzu. Like his body was so frail, and then with his teeth being in the condition they was being in, it wasn't really like they had a good gauge of what his age could be. So we did ask Holly. Holly got in with him and tried to do this thing where she can go back as far as to like as a puppy and have a record of like, estimated how many years, right, Holly? I don't know. He told daddy a different age. I mean, he told daddy his age now, which kind of went in line with what Holly said. So Holly will tell you what she came up with, and then I'll tell you what he told daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, so this would have been about probably about 5-6 months ago when I talked to them about this. But basically, what I do with them is I have them go back to puppyhood, and then we trace. Okay, what are the experiences that you can share and get kind of a approximate age. How long were you in that experience? And we kind of add up the years from there, and what he gave me from that was 7 years old.
So daddy said they was outside the other day, and he asked Pablo how old he was, and he said Pablo said 8. And I said, well, how did he tell you that? And he said, well, I asked him, Pablo, are you 1? And Pablo didn't do anything. And he said, I asked him, are you 2? He said, I asked him all the way up until he's 7. He said, Pablo didn't say anything. He said, and then when I said, Pablo, are you 8? He said, Pablo jumped up and wagged his tail like he was saying, I'm 8. He said, so to be sure, I asked him, well, Pablo, are you 9? And he said Pablo didn't say anything. Pablo didn't. It was just at 8. So daddy said with a for sure, he said Pablo is 8. Like I said, are you sure? He like Pablo is 8.
Yeah, and that tracks with 6 months ago.
With,
He was saying he was in the 7th year. And so at some point in the last 6 months, he must have had his birthday.
He must have had a birthday. Maybe it was that day. Who knows?
And Holly, what did he tell you about his past?
Yeah. So Pablo comes from a lot of neglect, emotional and physical neglect. And, he really just wants love in life. I wrote down a few quotes that he gave in our initial sessions, and he says, "Nobody has ever loved me, and that I mean something in this world. I feel like I've been the forgotten one." And while expressing a lot of sadness within this, he said, "What did I do wrong to have this be the reaction to me just wanting to be loved?" And so that is the experience prior to coming into the rescue, that he knew about life and relationships and family and everything. And coming into the rescue, he had been there maybe a few days, a week before I got in with him. And he said, within the rescue, being around love, he said, "I'm acknowledged, I'm embraced into this space and wanting to know how I'm doing." That others are wanting to know how he's doing finally. And he's really, at that point, was really wanting to focus on this emotional uplift, releasing out the past, and really just building up his emotional health. And so he went through a process of doing that. I actually got to meet him in person back in early August, late July, a few months ago. And I felt sadness from him. So after that visit, I was like, what's going on with this? Why is this sadness still lingering around? And he said, he was explaining, every time and a doctor comes to the rescue to see who they click with and stuff like that, he wants he wants to be the one. And he was really internalizing that and feeling like, why am I not the one? And so we got to have conversations about, you can't look at it that way. You need to look at it as, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And whoever gets adopted is exciting, because I'm in my family. And focusing on the present, I am in my family. The rescue is my family right now. And until my forever family shows up, this is my family. And so whoever gets adopted, even if it's not me that day, I can still be excited. And he's started to shift since those conversations. And really now it's like, now that he is, that perspective has shifted, he's going to be even more open to adoption, because he's just open to others being adopted as well as himself. It's not just all about him.
Sweet boy.
Yeah,
Lucretia-
so I'm sorry, Susie. I wanted to add some stuff to what Holly said. So when she first got in with him and he explained that he was kind of like pushed out of his family, like he went from being a part of the family to where they eventually pushed him out, where he was outside. And then he spent a lot of time by himself. So there's like a little nook in the back room where the beds are, where they sleep at. And that's Pablo's little bed area. But at first, I didn't want him to feel like he had to hide, because he would just want to go and be by himself. So one of the things who we would do is every time he walked in the room, we would all go, "Pablo!" And you could tell, like, he would walk in the room to kind of see, like, they gonna notice me. And Daddy, we all would just be like, "Pablo," every time we walk in the room. And then you can kind of tell, you'd be like, they know me. Like, over time, he was like, yeah, they know when I'm not in there. So it would be times where everybody out and he wouldn't come. And I'd be like, well, let's go find Pablo. And we would go, everybody. I'd be like, where's Pablo? I would ask Brindley and all of them. So it's like we looking for him around here. Like, we need to see where Pablo is. It's not right if Pablo not in here. So that was one thing I noticed, that after she told me that and we started like making sure he was a part, you could tell like he would come out of there like, what's going on out here? We'd be like, Pablo, everybody get excited. So, and then there was the part where when she said that she could tell he was sad again, I asked her to kind of explain to him about, we love him here. And if he never left, that we would still be enough. Like, he needed to accept being here. It's kind of like he was like, okay, everything good now. He wanted to go straight to like his final home. And I understand he's older and he kind of like, I ain't got that much time left, Lord. I just want to go live with my person. But I was like, we love you so much here, Holly. I mean, Pablo, I asked Holly to explain to him that if he learned to accept being here, that he would not hold that energy of like it, like it not being okay. Like you got to be okay with whatever it is in order for it to be more. If you're not okay, you just create that boomerang of shit is always messed up. And so when Holly got in with him, I could tell that he understood, because he didn't seem sad anymore. And you could tell like he always like, what's going on out here? Like he just involved, like, this is where I am, this is my family. It switched. You could tell after her conversation with him, he was like, I guess it is my family. They do love me. Like it's not really that bad, it's a lot of them, but they all love me and we all love him. And so you can see every time somebody new come in, Pablo would be like, you might like it here. I don't know. Just don't be trying to think about the end. Just be present, So it's his message now for everybody.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you kind of answered this, but what's his personality like at the rescue and how does he interact with the other babies?
So Pablo is so funny that you asked that. So Pablo, we normally thought he was just like this real chill guy. But when Holly was, I don't know if that was after Holly. I think Zeta was about to be adopted and it didn't work out. But the people came, they wanted to meet her. And so I'm thinking like, wow, this lady is 82 years old. Pablo would probably be a great match for her. He's just really chill, kind of like, he'll get a little excitement and then it's like, let's take a nap. So I'm thinking like Pablo would have been great for her. I take Pablo in the house where the whole family is. Pablo's energy was so high. He like jumping on the couch and he like, hi, I'm Pablo. Like he was so excited about possibly being adopted that the lady was like, he has a lot of energy. Like it was too much for her. And I'm like, no, he just excited to meet you guys. This is not how he typically is. But I think Pablo could possibly have high energy, being not high like crazy. I mean, he's still at the age he is, but like just the happiness of being in his own place. I think it could stir up like a little puppy stuff for him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I finally made it here. But just around the rescue, he real chill. It's kind of like that uncle that be like, keep it down a little bit. I might need to take a nap in the middle of the day. The most he get excited for is food, and then he'll go, and he likes to be outside. Pablo loves to be outside. He loves the chickens. He will just sit out there and watch the chickens if they are out grazing. That's where you'll find Pablo. He loves to be outside. But I think he was outside not because he wanted to be. So we've learned to be like, you don't have to stay out here. You can come inside whenever you want to and go back out. And that was at first, he would always be outside. Now you'll see him come back in, go back in his little cubby or whatever. Sometimes he don't really get in the bed much. I think it's because it's a lot of them up here. I'll put him up here and he'll get down. I don't think he never was like able to really be on the bed or the couch. So that'll be something really special that his person gets to share with him, because I feel like he really would enjoy it if it wasn't so many people he had to share it with. But he would be cool too if he didn't have to. Pablo is just a real chill guy.
Lucretia, describe his ideal forever home.
I do feel like it would be somebody that would match his energy, someone older, no children. I think Pablo would love if maybe grandchildren came by, but not like every day, because he's just like a real chill kind of somebody that likes to cuddle, of course. I think he loves belly rubs and stuff like that. He also mentioned about he likes to be taken care of, like his nails trimmed before they get too long. He like, taking a bath. He even mentioned about brushing his teeth and stuff like that. So somebody who really is just focused on him and just like giving him like all the attention that he never got. So his person would probably be home all the time, maybe only gone probably about 3 hours at the most, and possibly open to taking him with them. He loves riding in the car. He probably would do good if they small walks or even like going to nursing home, stuff like that. Pablo is like chill like that. He would probably be down for anything. He don't complain or bark. Well, he bark if daddy come out. No, I ain't gonna say he never bark. He bark if daddy come outside and but he's not like, oh my God, did you hear that? That's not, he might be like, girl, you better go see what's happening. I can't help you. But he not like a barker, just causing commotion. He just really chill. He really is a chill guy.
And
Yeah.
Holly, what did he tell you about the person or the family he's looking for?
A lot of what Lucretia just said, it comes down to showing him love, embracing him for simply who he is, and spending quality time with him. He does not, he's not gonna require high attention, being doted on, being like all that kind of stuff. It's more relaxed. It's just let me sit on your lap, let me be by you. And Pablo he's just an old soul. What I love most about Pablo is his sensitivity. He is very aware of his emotions, others' emotions. He's just sensitive and this old soul type of feeling. And so it's very easy to feel calm around him and comforted by him. And when I picture him being in a family with, one or two adults, and maybe the grandkids come and visit, or the adult kids come and visit, stuff like that. But when I picture him in that kind of setting, I just get so happy for him, because he is gonna so thrive. He's gone through his healing process at the rescue, and he's, like he's expressed, he's ready for this next phase in his life. So I want that for him so much. He deserves to be connected with a person or a couple who can just embrace that old soul part of him.
That's great. What's his favorite oil?
I don't know if I would say favorite. The thing he loved the most was the raindrops. He just would roll over every time Judy put her hands on them, but most of them feel that way. I think for Pablo, the biggest thing is the food. And one of the things that we did when his system was first messed up was we used the thieves in his food to help get all of that bacteria out of his mouth and out of his gut. So for me, with Pablo, I think the main thing is that he has that raw food diet with those supplements. So we had to do calcium, and also did the BLM, the bone ligament and muscle, because he was just so emaciated. His nutrition was so horrible that it was no way his bones and stuff had what it needed. So like the Ninja Red, the Ninja Greens, I feel like that's the biggest thing for Pablo is the nutritional value. If you could do all the oils and like all of that, of course, throughout his time, we had to do a lot of freedom release and filling type of raindrops for him. He never turned away from any of the oils, so that was good. He will smell them and be on them, but Holly probably would be able to tell the adopter what he need at the different times in his life. But from my perspective, I feel like his main thing is the nutrition and the the lemon oil, the basic stuff, the digest to make sure his tummy and gut stay good. Those are the things I feel like he needs the most.
What else does an adopter need to know about Pablo?
I would add he will do just fine with other pets as well. Yeah, he will do just fine.
We have cats here, the big dogs, the little dogs. It don't matter to him if he have other animals or not. Pablo really need his human. Two humans would be great, but one human that can be focused on him for the rest of his life is really all. That's all Pablo need. He didn't have that. He had other animals around when he was where he was. He have animals here. I think that he'd be okay because he used to it. But to have a human that have time for him, and like Holly say, not dote on him. He don't have to be kissing you and in your face all the time.
Yeah.
He just needs to know that you're there and that you know that he there.
Mhm.
That you don't forget about it.
Yes.
Go ahead, Holly. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say a deep, meaningful connection.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a lot of extras. He's not going to need a lot of toys, a lot of like fancy outfits, all this stuff. He doesn't need that. He wants the deep connection, the meaning.
You've kind of both said this, but I'd love you to say it in Pablo's words. What would Pablo say to his future family?
Hurry up, okay? Like, what are you doing? I'm ready. Like, what are you doing? Call me now.
Yes. I would say he would say, don't you see me? I'm right here. I'm waiting for you. Please come and embrace me. I'm ready.
Stop questioning it. Just come get me. I think when it comes to seniors that it is hard for people because people see it as the end will come sooner, or that's what the belief is. And I would say, like, I've had my best relationships with seniors that probably haven't even only been with me for a year, but they taught me the most. And having a baby for 15 years, I've learned so much in that small time, because to love them where they are, we all gonna need that at some point. And to put that energy out there is such a gratitude. Hey, Pablo, come here.
Pablo, come on.
Pablo. He was at the door. Come here, Pablo. Let's see you, boy. Come here, Pablo. I don't even know where you went.
He knew we were talking about him.
They're talking about
Oh, baby. Baby.
Look at that.
I mean, you can just see his gentleness and calmness in his eyes. Look at those sweet eyes. And this is how
you make too much. You want to go? Oh, he got so thick. There he go. He like, okay, that's enough. He was like, you leaving now, Pablo? Okay, he was like, too much.
That's
I love you,
Pablo.
He wagging his tail. He ran back outside. See, he probably heard us talking about him. He was standing right there at the door looking at me like.
He's like, see, I'm ready. I'm ready, guys. I'm here. I'm actually here. I'm ready.
Pablo's ready. Come and get him.
Yeah.